Hello and welcome back to the B-Roll Podcast. I'm Tommy Stanton Jr., co-founder of WABC Studios.
I'm Dutch Kent from DK Films, and I'm sleep deprived.
And I'm Blake Morgan, and I'm also a founder of WABC Studios.
And I'm also sleep deprived.
And I like that.
Just one of them days. How are we doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Tommy.
Yes. Alright, we've got a packed show. We're gonna go through Dutch's Oscar predictions. We have Blake's recommended movie of Demolition. And then we'll obviously have my rec. And we'll also have another thing of who hated it. See, the sleep deprivation, no. It's not it. I gotta pull up the cast so that I actually know what I'm talking about with the character names.
Yeah, I have the list of all the winners. It's a bit out of order and kind of chaotic, but I'm gonna try my best with comparing my wins. I'm not gonna be able to count them in real time, but I can list and compare what I got right and wrong. I did pretty fucking good for the Oscars. I did better than the awards contender, the Oscar expert, dudes who do this for a living, because a lot of them were really worried about Sinner's sweep and shit, and I was just not worried about that. I was also on board with Amy Madigan for the entire race. She was my favorite performance of the year. So I guess if you two are ready, I'll start with Best Picture. So this category was easily in between Sinners and One Battle After Another, but I really felt like One Battle After Another is being underestimated. It was the movie of last year. It was every critic's favorite movie, and on top of that, it had a political message that the Oscars could get behind. So I predicted One Battle After Another, and One Battle After Another won. For actor in a supporting role, I was on Timothée Chalamet for most of the season, but it seemed like Michael B. Jordan was picking up momentum at just the right time. I was still worried about this night of, and I was still rooting for Timothée Chalamet, although I do like Michael B. Jordan. But I predicted Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan won. Actor in a supporting role, I really like Sean Penn's performance, and I know he won a lot of awards right before this. And a lot of people were like, will Sean Penn win? Because he didn't show up to give any speeches at SAG or BAFTA or any of the places in which he won. So people were like, is that going to affect his chances of winning? And it didn't. He won, and I predicted Sean Penn would win, and he didn't show up to give a speech at the Oscars, which is really lame. I wanted him to show up and give a fucking extremely controversial speech that everyone would be talking about, but it was kind of an anticlimax.
Does he just not show up to things?
He's he's an interesting person. He's kind of had a bad past. He's kind of an asshole, but he is extremely anti Hollywood, extremely anti-Oscars. He literally melted his Oscars down so that way Zelensky could have more bullets to shoot the Russians. So he doesn't have any respect at all for the Oscars, which is fine. He doesn't have to, but I still would have liked to have heard a speech. It would have been interesting because he's a very controversial person. He's very left-wing. So it'd have been interesting, but yeah, so far I'm all my predictions are correct. Actress in a leading role, Jessie Buckley in Hamnet. This was easy. Everyone was predicting this. This was the most free win of the night. Actress in a supporting role. This was a big one because this was a three-way race. This is Wunmi Mosaku, Tiana Taylor, and Amy Madigan. And Amy Madigan was nominated by herself. Weapons had no other nominations. It was just Amy Madigan. She's my favorite performance. I was rooting for her when people said she couldn't be nominated, and she was. I was rooting for her when people said she couldn't win, and she did. And that was my biggest reaction of the night, dude. I just exploded. I was so happy. So I predicted Amy Madigan, and Amy Madigan won. Animated feature film was another extremely free category. I predicted K-pop Demon Hunters, and K-pop Demon Hunters won. It was a phenomena. Also, I think the third year in a row that Disney has not won in this category when it used to win all the time, which is cool. Animated short film is The Girl Who Cried Pearls, and this is actually my first incorrect prediction. I predicted Butterfly. All the short categories are infamously hard to predict. These are the ones that usually people don't get because this category is so random because so few people vote on the animated short film compared to the other categories that it's nuts. Casting. This is my second wrong prediction because everyone was expecting this to go to Sinners. This is the very first casting award ever at the Oscars. So, I mean, everyone was extremely confident in Sinners winning. I was pretty confident in Sinners winning, but One Battle After Another actually took this, which was an early sign that One Battle After Another was even stronger than we expected. Cinematography. Also a flip-flop. We're doing all the ones I lost right in a row. Cinematography, I thought for sure was One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another had won everywhere for this. Sinners ended up taking it, and Sinners has really good cinematography, sure. But I really did not expect it to take it over the Best Picture winner, One Battle After Another. Costume design, easy. I predicted Frankenstein. Frankenstein got it. Directing, very easy. I predicted Paul Thomas Anderson. Paul Thomas Anderson got it. Documentary feature film, and I think this is my last miss of the night. I think. This was Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and I predicted The Perfect Neighbor. Which was interesting because I figured The Perfect Neighbor would like appeal more to like some of like the domestic kind of like racial shit in the United States right now, rather than like another like anti-Putin film. But whatever. Documentary short film, I predicted All the Empty Rooms, and All the Empty Rooms won. Film editing, I predicted One Battle After Another, and One Battle After Another won. International feature film, I predicted Sentimental Value, and Sentimental Value won. And this was interesting because there were people, like big Oscar people, who genuinely switched their prediction to The Secret Agent last second. Like, I just didn't feel that vibe at all. Like, The Secret Agent has 1 acting nomination. Sentimental Value has 4 acting nominations. Had like 2 in supporting actor alone. So I did not understand why that was a big switch at the last second, really. Live action short film. We had our first tie in like a long time. So
I saw that
tech,
online.
yeah. So I was really shocked. I predicted 2 people exchanging saliva, which did win in a tie with the singers. So I don't know. Do I get a half point? I don't know. I technically predicted it, but no one could have predicted a fucking tie there. No, 0 people. But yeah. Makeup and hairstyling, I predicted Frankenstein, and Frankenstein won. Music, I predicted Sinners, and Sinners won. This is music original score, I should say. And then music original song, I predicted Golden. Even though I would have really liked I Lied to You to win. Like, this is one of the few areas I think Sinners should have won, especially since it's a movie that's like so passionate about music.
Mhm.
But Golden was like the next Let It Go. You know, like it was just on the radio. I hear it at work every day. It's just that song of the moment that every kid is singing. So it's not surprising that it won. Production design, Frankenstein, I predicted and it won. Sound, remember when I went, I think F1 will win because vroom, vroom. Well, there you go. It won. I think Surratt or like One Battle After Another should have probably won this category, but nonetheless, F1 took it, and F1 has more Oscars than Marty Supreme. Visual effects, Avatar, Fire, and Ash, I predicted and it won, like literally a free category. Avatar's gonna win every time it gets nominated forever. Writing and adapted screenplay, I predicted One Battle, and One Battle won, another free category. Writing original screenplay, Sinners, I predicted and it won. And that is it. So I think I missed what, 4?
Yep.
20 for 24? Yeah, so I did pretty fucking good. I did better than quite a few of the big Oscars people on the tiny little B-roll podcast. So if you want the accurate Oscar predictions for next year, make sure you come back to the B-roll podcast to get only the best.
Yeah.
Dude, next year you're gonna be like 0 out of 10, and you're gonna.
Oh, wait till one of us does better if we're locked in for the Oscars.
I'll scream if you can do better. I literally missed the fucking shorts, and then Sinners in One Battle like traded a category. That was it. That was like why I got fucked.
I did react to Girl Who Cried Pearls and Retirement Plan, and honestly, Girl Who Cried Pearls was pretty good.
Yeah,
The other
I
ones
didn't
were
watch
like
a lot of the
half
shorts.
hour, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Like technically, I'm stealing, but
Yeah, I'm honestly ready for the next year's Oscar season. Like, I had fun with the movies we had, but it went on really long. It went on to like mid-March, and like I'm looking forward to the new movies this year. Like, for example, Project Hail Mary, which is coming out, or which just came out, which I'm seeing next weekend. Like, I'm really excited. There's a lot of great movies from a lot of great directors coming out this year. A lot of good stuff to talk about. So it'll be a good year for movies.
Disney might have a chance to take that animated back with Hoppers. Isn't
Yeah.
Hoppers is being pretty well received.
Yep. It's very well perceived. Yep.
Time for
Definitely going to
Mario
be nominated.
Galaxy to be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
Oh my god.
Yes. All right, well, that concludes the podcast. Or the podcast. Fuck, 10 minutes. Fuck.
We're done already.
But yeah, this concludes the Oscars segment, and now it's time for our third movie recommendation. This was Blake's first one. It was Demolition. So, whose phone was that?
It's me. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
All right, but yeah, Blake, take it from here. You got this.
All right. So, I recommended the film Demolition by I forgot director's name, so it's obviously not that important, but I really think this movie changed a lot of lives when it came out. Maybe not like drastically, but it did, from what I've seen, make a lot of people change the way that they think about um, grief and how they handle things. That's really what a lot of this movie is about. It's about grief and how unique it can be in different ways. And I watched this movie shortly after my grandpa died, and it really, really did help. Um, Jake Gyllenhaal, he's amazing. Naomi Watts, she's hot as fuck, so that helped too. Um,
Based.
I think this movie is just really important to watch. If you ever lost somebody important and you just didn't know how to feel about it, this movie does help. All right, that's all I can say. It can be therapeutic, and I really think it's important to watch. So tell me, fellas, what did you guys think?
Tommy, I think you should go first. I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
You don't know no one knows my opinion. I'm like super
Okay.
interested in just hearing your like raw dog out of the
All right.
gate thoughts here.
Oh man,
Initial thoughts.
okay,
What?
I was gonna say I'm probably not gonna be able to walk after this review.
All right. First three words in my letterbox review that I have written down here is so fucking good. I really enjoyed this film. Like this film, it flew past. I thought that the pacing, it was, while a little inconsistent, I think the pacing, it was really like I was going through an emotional ride. The film throws you straight into it. Expectations immediately subverted. You're sitting there, like, literally, like, a few minutes in, and literally, like, I made a comment. I was like, I really like the connection between these two. This is going to be a great movie. Boom! Immediate death. It throws you right in, which I think was a great sign. I don't think... At first, I was like, damn, they could have really, like, spent more time at it. Because, like, I'm kind of thinking, I was like in the middle of the movie, I was like, they probably should have spent more time showing the connection between the two. But that's the point. The point is you never really knew the connection between the two. And you're kind of thinking to yourself, man, like, did he even really love his wife? And, like, it just shows you a side of grief that I, like, also personally show, which it, like, just, like, sometimes just kind of smile and wave, and you don't really are, like, a big part of some of the things. But it just, like, it shows a side of grief that's not, like, the regular grief, I guess is, like, the way to call it. But obviously, like, just getting thrown in, and, like, you're just in this roller coaster of emotions, and you're, like, there's sometimes where you're rooting for the guy. Sometimes you're like, oh man, he's kind of an ass. But at the end of the day, he's a human being. So I really like that that's kind of the way that they went. Um, Watching his slow descent into full madness felt real. Like you could tell that he was like a grieving, broken person that like was just going through some shit. Uh, trying to go through this. I thought the connection between I think his name is. I keep wanting to say Jake.
The
I
main
call him
character.
fucking
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's
That's
Oh,
all
but
I
his name,
fucking
yeah.
call him.
his name is Davis. You fuck.
Davis and Chris. I
Karen.
think.
Karen.
What the kid?
You talking about the kid? I don't know what the kid's name is. Fuck
I
that
think it's
kid.
Chris. What, bro? But I thought the connection between, I thought that almost it felt like at first it felt like just a B plot. Like, oh
Judah.
man, just Judah. Who's Chris?
Yeah.
Chris is
He's played by Judah Lewis.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's backwards. Yeah. Judah Lewis is the actor.
okay. Yeah. But yeah, just like the connection between the him and the kid, it really like it was like it felt like a B plot at first, but that kind of took over, and I really liked the direction that they went with it. Like it's one of those things where it's like it feels like it's a stereotypical way to describe something completely out of the ordinary. It's kind of like in that way. Um, I wish that they kind of would have. Uh, I wish Jake and Phil would have had more moments of. Like Phil is the stepdad, right?
The father-in-law,
Yeah,
yeah.
the father-in-law.
Yeah,
Sorry.
played by Chris Cooper.
Yeah. I kind of wish they had a little bit more screen time because I thought their connection was kind of cool. Most of their screen time was just spent kind of yelling at each other, and I was like, okay, well, but I feel like I just wish they would have had more screen time, but I still thought that it was just so heartwarming. I thought that everything kind of went together in a great puzzle piece. I thought that, like, him destroying his house. Do you know how many times I've just wanted to take a baseball bat and just destroy the house? Like, just destroy everything and start over? Like, that was just so real to me. Like, I was just like, this guy's rich enough to actually do it, bro. But I thought the set design was good. I really liked the cuts when he's just walking around in public. It starts with just a regular business walk, and then as he's kind of slowly descending into madness, his walk gets more irregular. He puts on the headphones and he's listening to um, the drum solo from the kid. I thought that was super cool. It was also a great way to kind of show how like connected he is with the kid. And I thought the ending was good. Like it was just like a great heartwarming thing. Felt good at the end. And yeah, that's my initial thoughts. You can go ahead, Dutch.
Right. Well, now I feel like an asshole, but
Oh,
I did not like this film.
no.
Um, I was thinking throughout the entire time, why does Blake relate to this film? And now I know. And now I feel like even more of an asshole. Because obviously this film does have an effect on people. It has a 3.7 letterbox score, which is extremely high. It's obviously something a lot of people connect to, such as Tommy explaining how real a lot of this felt. However, I did not connect to any of this. And I felt like it was all due to the screenplay. Almost all of my criticisms have to do with the screenplay and the writing of this film. So I guess I have some notes, and I'll read some of them and try to communicate a lot of the issues that I had with the screenplay that consistently took me out of the film. So I said the narration in this film was very heavy-handed and removed much of the mystery of the film for me. It overly explained things that would have been more interesting had they just happened. For example, there is a scene near the beginning where I say Jake Gyllenhaal because it's funny, where Jake Gyllenhaal suddenly pulls the emergency stop on a train. And literally 2 seconds later, he explains, I don't know why I did it. I think that scene would have been way more interesting had the narration not explained his internal monologue, and we would have just been curious as to why he was taking these rash actions. and we could have just interpreted these things. I think it would have made the film way more gripping had none of that narration existed. And that narration goes on for like the first half an hour of the film. And at a point, it felt like it was holding my hand when I really just wanted to be interpreting and I really just wanted to be digging into this character's psychology rather than having every single bit of every single action explained. I felt like some of the writing was forced. For example, when Jake Gyllenhaal approaches a construction crew and the construction guy, he literally outright says, "We have to destroy the house to rebuild it." Like, yeah, that is like one of the most major themes of the movie, but it did not need to be restated in like such an obvious way to the point where it made me feel like the writer felt like I was a dumbass and I needed to have the point of the movie restated to me multiple times. This also happens later when Jake is in that room with the weed dealer and there's a carousel and the guy's like, "Yeah, we need to destroy this." And then like no one gets that many opportunities to destroy shit like that consistently. It felt very forced. Um and if I were to describe this film in one word, it would be aimless. I think this film wanders from point to point, from character to character, for basically no reason. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I did because I fucking love Naomi Watts. But she just disappears for like 20 minutes of the film, like halfway through, and we just focus on Jake Gyllenhaal and her kid. And I was like, the whole time, like, yeah, sure, these scenes are good, they're interesting, but like, where the fuck is Naomi Watts? Um, and when he comes back, when Jake Gyllenhaal and the kid come back, then it's explained. Then it's like, oh, like, thanks for letting me take your kid out. But if that would have been moved, if there would have been an establishing scene where he talks to Naomi Watts' character, and like, hey, I want to take your kid out, blah, blah, blah. I think we can bond. I've seen him doing this. Then I would understand why she left the film for 20 minutes. I wouldn't be consistently thinking, why the fuck is Jake Gyllenhaal hanging out with this kid by himself without his mother? It felt very strange, and it felt like the screenplay kind of flipped in opposite directions that it should have there. I feel like it really bashed me over the head with the moral of the story that everyone grieves differently. Again, it felt like I had gotten the point of that, and I wish it would have been a little more interpretable. And then I said there was a lack of attention of detail in the screenplay. I noticed this a few times throughout the film, but I noticed this in particular when at the very end, Jake Gyllenhaal's character was walking around his house and taking a shower in it, when a major plot point of the film was that he was destroying his house and had destroyed his house. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but at the very end, he was in the shower in his house, and it looks like they just used footage from like an earlier point before they had destroyed the house, and that didn't make any sense to me. I didn't understand how that could make its way into a screenplay if you were paying attention to what you were writing. And then I said, hiding Naomi Watts from me for so long was torture. It was. I love Naomi Watts, but that's a bit of an ironic critique. I think Jake Gyllenhaal was very fucking good in this film. He's a really good actor. He really held a lot of this film together for me. He's very charismatic. He's very interesting. He played this character in an interesting way. And I think if you would have removed that narration, then just trying to interpret him would have been pretty hard, which I think is good. Like, he's almost unreadable throughout the film. And it's very deliberate. I think he was very good. I really loved the shot of Jake Gyllenhaal in the sunglasses, the one that's on the poster, walking down the street. That was just cool. And the audio mixing was very good as well. Also a funny bit, when the fucking kid comes up to Jake Gyllenhaal's character, is that kid like pro-war in Iraq? I didn't understand that scene. What the fuck was that kid on about? I think he was just like pro-war in Iraq. I don't understand what he was talking about there. Anyway, I'll hand it back to you two, but I had so many issues with the writing in this film that it just completely took me out of it, and I'm glad you two enjoyed it, but that's how I felt about it.
All right.
So
Let me
jump
take
in
it. tonight.
Okay.
But listen. I need to read you guys my few points I read or I wrote down on this. Dutch, I understand everything you're saying, but for me, I was way more focused. I guess I really like this because of the message and what they're trying to do. I did notice what you were talking about, but I guess I just didn't catch my eye as much. And if it did catch my eye, I don't think I would have lowered my rating at all. I do agree Naomi Watts should be in the movie more, but
Yeah.
but let me just read you my points. Okay. So I have like 3 points here, and then I have like a pre-question. So in the movie, uh Davis, Jake Gyllenhaal. I'll say Jake Gyllenhaal for you fucks.
I know. I keep saying Jake, dude.
He is. It's Jake Gyllenhaal. He's so
literally,
iconic,
yeah.
dude. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah,
just
he's
him.
so he's so fucking good.
So Jake Gyllenhaal and Phil, they're really back and forth between this scholarship fund, right?
Yeah.
For his dead wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at near the end, Jake's character is like, all right, I should probably go to this and pay respects to my wife. So so he shaves and he takes Karen with him, right? And while they're doing that, Karen goes outside to smoke, and she runs into one of the students that they're gonna award the scholarship to. And while they're talking, the kid just casually goes, so Karen, can I feel your tits?
Yeah.
And I just wrote, has that worked before? Can
Yeah,
that work?
I wrote down that that's what I would have said in that guy's shoes. Not gonna lie.
No,
No, I'm
here's the
joking.
thing. I was genuinely curious if that worked. So I when I got back from work, I walked in my girlfriend's room and I asked her that. She beat the shit out of me. Be jokes on her. I got my pleasure either way, but like fuck.
What the fuck are we doing? What is that
On
our
to the
thing
main
now?
point.
Is that our thing
On
now? What
to
the
the
fuck?
main
I'm not doing that.
points. Tommy, I'm trying to talk. On to the main points. All right. My first serious point is that I love the way that this movie shows grief. Like instead of showing it in like a typical or like dramatic way, it really follows like Jake Gyllenhaal literally tearing his life apart after his wife dies. Fixing and destroying like everything. I thought was such a unique way of showing emotions because from what Tommy said earlier, like yeah, I've had moments where I wanted to walk into my house and put like 7 bullets through a wall and just fucking destroy everything.
This is true.
And I just like that it's how you process emotions he really doesn't understand. Like the demolition metaphor is it's really simple to understand, but I think it's like really powerful.
Mhm.
And like Phil said in that one scene, it's like sometimes you have to break everything down before you can rebuild. Okay. My next point. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Davis, but I'll refer to him as Jake Gyllenhaal. So Jake Gyllenhaal plays Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie. And he's just emotionally numb, like super awkward, and like really unintentionally funny.
Mhm.
The character, he's not like likable like at all in the movie, but that's kind of like the whole point. And like after his wife dies, you slowly realize he's just like completely lost and trying to figure himself out and does it in the most unique way possible. And another thing here is like this movie has like really strange scenes. Like like if someone you love died and you didn't get your candy out of a vending machine, would you write long letters to a fucking company about it?
Yes.
No.
Right? It's kind of off at first, and I can see why some people don't like it. I like what it leads into, right?
Mhm.
But
Like I just to interject, like like that in itself is an interesting concept, but I don't like it. I don't like how it leads to basically 30 minutes of narration that does all of the thinking for me. Like that's an interesting narrative device, but literally every thought this guy has is explained in detail for 30 minutes, and it's like I would have preferred not to have this information about what's going on in his brain and just like be like, what the fuck is this guy thinking? What the fuck is this guy doing? Why the fuck is this guy destroying everything? And
Yeah.
you're just like really like curious about why he's doing this. And then maybe towards the end, I mean, either make it well written enough and interpretable enough to where you can take away that message instead of it literally being outright stated multiple times and outright narrated. Or at the very end, have it be stated or something like that. You know, reverse the order in which the reveal of, oh, we need to break everything to rebuild it. And all of the breaking and rebuilding happens because it just made the film very easy to figure out. Like, I understood what the point of it was pretty much from the beginning. So I had nothing to hold on to.
All right, and I get that. I get that. But I'm gonna go on to my next point. I love the relationships in this movie. That's what I think's really strong about it. Like his connection with Karen, Naomi Watts, and her kid are like really. I think they're just really realistic. Like, and I also love that him and Karen don't date. I love that. Is it? You would kind of just expect them to, right? You think of it as just like one of those cheesy love stories.
Yeah.
But I like how the film really focuses more on just like honesty than just understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I love that completely. And I will say though, I did crack up when Chris and Jake Gyllenhaal are in that store, and they were like, "Do you think I'm gay?" And like that whole conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That was a good scene.
That was fucking great. I love that so
That
much.
line delivery of like I like sometimes I imagine his dick in my mouth like actually jump scared me. Like
Oh.
I was not expecting
Oh
it.
well.
Not
Yeah.
expecting it to be put in that way,
Yeah.
that directly. I enjoyed that scene. That was a good scene.
Really fucking. Oh my god.
Oh well, then
Okay.
I guess you are a little bit.
I feel like I've had that conversation with Dutch in real life before. I definitely have.
Also,
Probably,
I
bro.
just love that every time like Jake Gyllenhaal is mentioned, it's always Jake Gyllenhaal. Like through everything, even if it's more convenient to only say Jake, you guys still say his first name and last name. I just think that's
Dude,
so
it's
fun.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's every single time. It was like, dude, when like Chris and Jake Gyllenhaal were like sitting there, and Jake Gyllenhaal started talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna recommend another Jake Gyllenhaal movie in 3 weeks, and
We're gonna get
none of
his
us-
whole repertoire.
Yeah. All right. The theme of rebuilding yourself is so powerful. I just like at first, like okay, yeah, like what Tommy said, like yeah, these two are pretty good together. The fucking wham car starts. I'm like, okay, we're off to something here. And I guess I'll just re-say what I said earlier. I'm glad this wasn't like a cheesy romance movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they really focused on the rebuilding yourself theme that, you know, like it's okay to grieve in mysterious ways that not a lot of people do, and you know, it was really impactful. Like I needed to break everything to understand what actually mattered. Like when he said that, that just felt really real, you know, and that's what I like about it. And what I really thought was interesting was the way he started coping, like with the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Like those letters are when he really starts being honest, and he doesn't really realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in those letters, like they seem like really stupid, but they're actually the only time he's really honest about like his marriage to his wife, like what he was doing growing up, and like how he feels. 'Cause he can't really open up to people, but he can to with this random bitch at a fucking factory. And it shows how like really fucking disconnected he is from actual society.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was really, really unique. And in the relationship between Chris and Jake Gyllenhaal, like Karen's kid, like he acts out, like he breaks rules, and he really has a struggle with his sexuality and like identity, kind of like Jake Gyllenhaal but younger. And I really thought that like Jake Gyllenhaal really sees a version of himself with Chris, and that's why they bond so easily together. Now, I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal pictures dicks in his mouth, but I think you guys see the point.
I hope he
Yeah.
does.
What?
My
My
turn on
dick.
the sus thing.
The point is that Demolition really isn't about just loss. It's about tearing down the version of yourself you're pretending to be, and that's the that's the huge thing. And in the end, Jake Gyllenhaal isn't really fixed. He's just finally honest, and that's really what he needed to become functioning again. So, with that being said, I'm gonna tell you guys my rating. And
Okay, damn, we're going straight into the final ratings. God damn.
I'm sorry. Did you? It was like right next on my notes. Did you guys have something to say?
I
before we
want to
do
say
rating?
this because I think that there
All
was
right, go
this
ahead.
there's this angle that I thought as we're talking, I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, this movie kind of has a point about men and women being able to be friends and not just only romantic partners. So I was thinking about obviously like them not going the romantic angle, which I really appreciated because I would have kind of it would have felt weird if they just like went with a cheesy romance when like the entire
Right.
point was rebuilding yourself and taking care of yourself. But then another thing was uh when uh when Jake Gyllenhaal brought Karen to like the scholarship thing and like uh how Phil was just like pissed, like the whole family was pissed off, like that he would dare bring another woman to the scholarship thing. And then it also gets uh it's also like the point with like how they were like showing really friendly moments, like a real bond between the two, like as just like a way to heal. And also like the I don't know, one of the things that I kind of was like, oh, they didn't really go too far into that uh moments when it feels like everything was like concrete, like everything was kind of on a set path of like what's going on and what's going to happen. Was like the reveal that the wife had like a kid or was pregnant and it just like wasn't his, and like the grave site scene where he tells like the other guy that walks in, he's like, oh, it's okay, like all that, and he was like, oh, you're the person that uh I was the person that crashed into you. And like for a moment it looked like he had this like look in his eyes like he's going to like kill him on the spot, but then he kind of breathes and lets it go. I think that scene was really good. But I'm really glad they didn't go the romance angle. I feel like I would not have enjoyed it as much.
No, I wouldn't have either.
I guess I have to strike at the heart of this film and disagree with its entire thesis. The idea that you have to destroy to rebuild. I don't agree with that. I think you can experience loss without basically lashing out like Jake Gyllenhaal's character does, without literally destroying every single aspect of your life. I just I don't disagree. I don't agree or connect with the main idea of this film, and I think the overall screenplay is the thing that just completely tears it apart. And there are a lot of scenes I like in this, like when Blake was mentioning earlier about the scene with the one guy asking to feel um, Karen's tits, and I think that's actually arriving at a really interesting point because it shows that this kid is used to getting handed every single thing he wants in his life. He is this spoiled, rich kid
Mm-hmm.
who puts on this fake this this fake mask of being innocent and very smart and very composed, but in reality is an asshole. I really, really like that scene. And sure, he's refused
Hmm?
Dutch.
We lost Dutch? Okay, it wasn't me.
I guess I think it shows that this kid is used to getting everything that he wants in his life, and I think he's a real asshole for even objectifying this woman in this way and approaching her in this way. And I think the scene where he goes to basically receive this big scholarship is super interesting because when Karen runs away, there's a lot to interpret there. That's one of the few moments of the entire film where it's not like 100% explained why she ran away. And sure, on the surface, you could say, "Oh, it's because he just basically sexually harassed her." But you could even go deeper, and you could say, "Well, now he's going to be in this position of power. He's getting all this money for free." And he's already used to getting everything he wants in his life, and he's going to go on to be even more powerful, and he's going to be in a position to harass even more women. So I think this movie has the capability of being good, and it has good scenes, and it has good actors, but it just falls apart in the script for me. It really does.
All right, are we ready?
Dutch, I will.
Are we ready for
I want to
final?
say. I want to say one thing before we go. Dutch, I respectfully disagree with only like one of the things you said, and that's the. I don't think that this needed to happen for him to grieve. I think it's really important to state everybody grieves different. That is such a real thing. You know, there's some people where traumatic shit happens and they don't feel a thing for such a long period of time, and then it all comes crashing down at once, and then they just don't know how to act because they weren't prepared. That's the only thing I'm gonna argue with you on that one. I think everybody grieves differently. I know I have, uh, just out of my own personal life.
Sure.
I've
I
seen so many other people that have done it differently than what would normally happen,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just all I'm gonna say against what you said.
Right. I completely agree with what you said, and I didn't pretend, or I don't want to give the vibe off that what I'm saying is the truth. I'm saying for me personally, that's not how I grieve. I don't relate to that, and it made it really hard to like sympathize with the character because I don't feel like when I grieve that I do that. I feel like
Oh, okay.
you see what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah,
was
no,
hard
I
for
do.
me to
I
connect.
see.
Yeah.
I probably misheard what you said then.
No,
but
I may have stated it in a very authoritative way to make it come off that way, but
No.
not what I
like, whoa, evil Dutch, what the fuck?
meant.
That's
So
just
yeah, I
fuck
understand
you
for sure.
guys. You guys don't grieve like me.
No, like I really want to love movies in this movie, but I don't know. I can't help how my brain works. I am
That's all right.
very very fucking how I am. I can't help it.
Wait
But
till a
That's all
movie
right.
I'm
that
very
you guys.
happy you two enjoyed it.
Wait till there's a movie where I don't like it and you guys love it. I'm about to fucking smash this thing. Like
I'm
this.
I'm really happy we had a different dynamic.
Yeah,
You
this
know,
was a
like
good one. All right.
yeah, had a little bit of conversation. You know, we didn't just all love a film. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, this makes the Goodwill Hunting episode look mid because
Oh my
we're all
God,
just like,
yeah.
oh man, dude, this is great.
This is
Oh
great.
man, the this is mid, and we're all like, oh yes. This one's like, fuck you, Dutch. I grieve differently than you.
I like it. I like it.
All right,
Alright.
all right. Time for final rankings.
I'm
I'm ready.
ready. All right.
Here we go, Blake. Go ahead.
All right. So, throughout this movie, I loved it. It's completely relatable. I love the cinematography. I love the connection between the characters. I love Naomi Watts, and I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Me too.
So overall, I gave this a 9 out of 10 and a 4.5 star on Letterboxd. I thought this movie was amazing, and I think it needs more love.
Sick. Tommy?
All right, that first three words of my letterbox review, so fucking good. It throws you in, puts you immediately into the shoes of Jake Gyllenhaal. Fucking, you guys making me do it now.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes, but you watch his slow descent. It's destroying. Like you watch his slow descent into madness. I think that the Jake and Chris they had a really good connection. I really liked it. I thought the pacing was pretty decent. There was some moments where it was like boom, 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 and then it kind of slowed down a little bit towards the end, but some of that felt necessary. I didn't hate the letters. I don't hate hand holding movies sometimes. Sometimes I like to kind of just sit down and watch. I again, I thought the letters were a good way to do it. Like I'm fine with narration as long as it doesn't feel like forced and tacky. And at least in this case, when I was watching it, it felt more like, oh well, this is just I'm hearing his thoughts, and I'm fine with it. There are some films where I'm like, man, stop holding my hand. But this one, at least through watching it, I didn't really feel that way while I was. I thought Jake and Phil could have used. I just realized in my review, I call him Jake the entire time. But yeah, Jake and Phil. I wish they would have had maybe like one or two more interactions instead of just Phil blowing him off. But
Whoa.
yes, like the story, love the actors, and I love the themes of grief. Pacing was a little weird, so I'm gonna give it a 4 stars or an 8 out of 10.
Right. If I were to describe this film in one word, it would be aimless. I think this film has the potential to be good, but it is extremely hand-holdy, which makes it uninteresting. I think it flows from point to point for seemingly no reason. I think it has a lack of attention to detail, but despite it all, still has good performances, still has some good elements, and is still well made overall. I think I've said what I need to say. My rating is going to be a 2-star, 4 out of 10.
All right.
All right.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's the letterbox. Who hated it?
All right, who wants to start?
I'll start because this is an interesting concept, at least an interesting way to review. I'm sorry, Jake Gyllenhaal is my favorite actor, but this movie is so bad and I don't find it interesting at all. There's nothing going on in my opinion. Buns, and that was a 1/2 star by Benita.
Benita.
Benita, bro's a pro.
I was also wrong.
I don't know, but I feel like if you enjoyed an actor's performance, then that should at least be like a star, right?
I get what's
I feel like 1/2 star should be like reserved for fucking atrocious ass.
right, like
Yeah, you're
Minecraft
not
movie
wrong.
type shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just to me. That's kind of the theme of these. Is it feels like they're such a low review for still having a takeaway.
Yeah, and plus, like, how is it not interesting? Even if it's bad, it could still be interesting. This is one of the most interesting movies I've ever seen, in my opinion. I just don't get it.
I agree with you.
Eh.
All right, who's next?
I guess I'll go. Mine's in Spanish, and it says "Film de Incel Chato de Mais," which it doesn't mean anything, but I thought it was really funny that someone said the word incel in a Spanish sentence. So, Blake, how do you feel? Are you an incel?
Mine.
Fuck you.
I didn't say it.
All
All right, Miss Anna. Miss Anna said it. Okay, and her
Gee-
favorite film is Brokeback Mountain. So
That bitch.
I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
She liked that movie because Jake Gyllenhaal took it up the ass. Fuck. All right, my turn. My turn. All right, this is a 1/2 star. It's by someone named Megan, and they said, "Sad white boy pretends to know what grief is." What a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what his race has to do
Yeah, that's
with
okay.
anything.
All right, this is a 1/2 star by Kiaricos221. So yeah, let me demolish my $1,000,000 house with like a sex emoji.
What?
I don't.
I know there's like a reason he did that, right?
I'm-
He just didn't do it for no reason.
I just think that that's funny that that's the takeaway. Just I'm gonna destroy my $1,000,000 house.
Be destroying that $1,000,000 house and then take a shower in it at the very end, though. So
Did he
Shut
destroy the bathroom? I don't remember. I don't remember.
He did
what
not go into that house
The
with a
bathroom.
fucking massive fucking piece of equipment, destroying half of the fucking house, and take a goddamn shower in it, Tommy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
I'm eating your ass for
Why?
that.
Why would the water? Why, the water still works.
No, go somewhere else. Don't take a shower in your destroyed house, bro.
I thought I'm gonna be honest. I completely thought he did it at Karen's house. I must have missed.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
It looked exactly like his fucking bathroom. If you go to the beginning of the movie, it looks exactly like his bathroom
That's
at the
funny.
beginning of the movie.
I didn't even notice that shit.
Yeah. All right. That's what you got.
This is a 1-star review, and they said Jake Gyllenhaal's dancing was the best thing about this movie. And like, I don't know why they gave it a 1-star, because honestly, this was a lot for me. Like Jake Gyllenhaal being like a little cutie patootie, like that's what really made this movie for me. So
Oh no, we got horny Dutch talking about.
so like I think this person should give it like a 5-star or something. That's why this review is bad.
Okay. All right. I got my review is by a guy named Zach. He's a Patreon, so or a patron, whatever. And he said, shut up. And he said, pouring your heart out into a vending machine, and then is better than going to therapy, I guess.
That's true.
Right?
I did see like one of the top reviews was, I don't remember what the review was, but it was like none of this would have happened if the vending machine would have just given his name.
Yeah, I liked that review. I gave it a like. That was funny. Yeah, I don't know if I like got to write to a vending machine and Naomi Watts responded. I'd definitely be doing that instead of therapy. You know.
Yeah, that is the therapy.
Can we get a horny Dutch counter at the fucking bottom of the screen? Please?
There's not enough screen space.
There's not enough screen space.
This was another one. This one's Elliot Spears, 1/2 star. Tried to watch this movie once before, but it was so bad I turned it off halfway through. I decided to give it another chance. It is still garbage. The only reason it has a 1/2 star is because Jake Gyllenhaal is good, and that's about it. I don't understand the people that give it a 1/2 star and still have like a really good takeaway. Like, I don't understand.
Me either. It sounds like people who don't know how to fucking review films. Honestly,
Yeah,
like
it's
Alright, Dutch, what do you got?
okay. So this is from Dillian, and they said, "quote: Man loses his wife, he's a widower. Child loses a parent, and they're an orphan. But losing a child, there's no word for this, and there shouldn't be." And they gave it a 1-star review. I guess I just don't understand that, because that was like one of the single best lines of dialogue from the film. Like, I really like that line.
Yeah.
Like, why is that the line you attached to your
Makes no
1-star review? That makes
Yeah,
no
what?
sense to me. I feel like you could have like a 4.5-star review with that exact quote. It would make a lot more sense.
I don't understand that at all. That's
It's
literally
just
like it's like a 1/2 star review. That's just like, man, this was cinematography was great, audio mixing was great, loved the
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what this person was fucking on about.
Dude,
loved
maybe
the
they just
acting.
fucking clicked the wrong star and accidentally instead of some shit.
That's
Oh,
Okay.
their
That's a
favorite
good
their
quote.
favorite film is the fucking Snyder cut of Justice League.
All right. I got my last review here, and this is by a dude named Scott Awesome 12. He gave it a 1/2 star and said, "I'm so sorry you had to witness the demolition of your girl's pussy, period. I didn't hate this, it just made no sense."
What the fuck is that supposed to mean, bruh?
The fact that this
because
film, I feel like that's like the one thing. Like, even all three of us can agree that we were not confused during the movie.
Yeah,
right?
I had the opposite problem.
Yeah,
I wanted
like,
to
it
be
was
confused.
Right? No, I think he's saying it because, like, you know, he finds out his wife got pregnant and shit, and like,
All right, I forgot
yeah.
about that plot beat. That was kind of demonic, bro.
Yeah.
right? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was bad.
Did that even like
That was
go
harsh.
anywhere?
What?
Like the
The mom took her to get it out,
okay.
get
And then
an abortion.
and
Then they just hid it from him.
Yeah, and then now he hates the parents even more.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck Phil.
I guess. I guess that didn't really go like that. Didn't like have a big payoff. I guess.
I just don't understand how no one understood it. it's very explanatory.
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
Blake on this.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
If you're writing a review where you just for this movie specifically, and you say you don't understand it, you're dumb as fuck. I'm sorry.
Agree.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
They
agree.
cradle you. They put a binky in your mouth. They fucking hold your hand. They push you
Restate
on
the fucking main point of the movie like
Yeah,
3
guys.
times.
By the way, we need to break this. Can I break it? Oh, I don't know. I want to break it. Okay, you can break
To
it.
rebuild it.
Yes, because I'm
to
going
rebuild it. Yes. I don't understand. The
Yeah,
movie.
he should have stood there and be like, guys, the theme of the movie is grief. Okay, is everyone on the same page?
Yeah, fucking Jake Gyllenhaal turns around, looks at the camera, and goes, "I have to rebuild my life because my life is terrible.
No,
I am going to."
he looks at the camera and he goes, "It's time to
It's
break
demolition.
everything."
It's demolition time. MCU logo pops up.
That would have been bad. This would have been a half-star film if that happened, bro.
Dude, I feel like one of us one day is gonna recommend an MCU film.
Oh, dude, if any of you do, it won't be me, number one, but if you do recommend it, I'm gonna be pulling out the spite Rex.
The
like,
only
immediately.
the only one that I'm gonna I would be fine if we went to the theater and watched a Doomsday. I would be fine with
Yeah,
that.
I'll probably Tabby and I talked about that.
Because
I think
would
it's
be
gonna be
down.
bad.
I
but-
at least want to
I'm-
see it, I guess.
Okay, all three of us go see Doomsday when it comes out.
Yeah, we
Yes.
should do that.
Okay.
I'll do that.
That'll be our first movie theater reaction.
It's December.
December. God damn. I feel like this movie. No, that will not be our very first one. I refuse.
Nah.
We are doing
Very
something
first
before
episode,
that.
no.
It's probably gonna be a Mario Galaxy movie if we're being real.
I am not going with you guys to watch that shit.
Why?
Oh, really?
You don't like Mario.
No.
Swing your arms from side to side.
All right. Well, I guess Tommy and I will talk about the
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy movie.
I-
While
I
Blake
wanna-
sits
yeah.
there in the cuck chair.
Yeah.
Cuck chair. Oh my god.
Guys, what's a movie that we'll all go see?
Dune Messiah.
I'm not watching that.
What the fuck is here?
Because I haven't
Actually, I
watched
really.
the first-
I mean, I haven't watched the first two, but if we all agreed to go, I would watch them.
This is a good time that I wanted to say my most anticipated movie of the year right now is the film directed by I have a really hard time pronouncing his last name. It's like Iñárritu or something like that. I think it's Spanish, but he directed Birdman, which won Best Picture. I know Blake, you like Birdman,
Yeah.
but he's doing a film with Tom Cruise, and it's apparently like Tom Cruise's like return to like serious acting. You know, like after like Eyes Wide Shut and shit. Which I'm like really, really, really hyped for. Yeah, the film's called Digger, and it comes out in like October or something like that. I'm like really, 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 really excited for that. Like I'm really looking forward to that. We should definitely watch that. If not together, we should just watch it because it's going to be a pretty huge film.
All right, well,
What about,
we got insanely off topic.
No,
Okay.
dude, it's a podcast.
I
We
know.
talk about shit that's interesting. We finished our Who
Yeah, we
Hated
did.
It.
Yeah, we finished it.
Hold up.
What's up?
Hold up. The Odyssey comes out this year, but with
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan directing.
June.
I would June.
Yep.
Okay, shit. I
That's
would
not
be
bad.
down to see
Yeah,
that.
I'd be down to see.
100%. I'm seeing that. Yeah, that's going to be probably an
This guy-
Oppenheimer level phenomenon.
This cast is fucking stacked, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, big,
Tom
big
Holland,
videos coming
Zendaya.
out soon.
Matt Damon, and Hathaway. We gotta go.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
Crazy.
Tabby and I, my fiance for the audience.
Come on, Berthal.
We're talking about the cast of this film, and they do not like the cast because it's people who are like not out of that time period. What do you
Hold up.
guys think about that?
Travis Scott's in this bitch. What the fuck?
For me, I don't care about cast. I care about performance. If they
I was gonna say
yeah.
Ryan Hurst is in this movie, and he played Thor in the God of War series, and he was fucking awesome. So this just makes me more hyped. I don't know why Travis Scott is in this movie. It says he's in this movie.
He's just gonna go
That
and be like,
might-
yeah.
I like Mia Goth. Benny, you guys see Benny Safdie?
Man.
Eddie Safdie.
Benny Safdie. He's like,
Yeah.
well, he's the brother of Josh Safdie, the
Mhm.
guy who made Marty Supreme. He also is
Yeah.
the co-director of Uncut Gems. Also, he's playing Bowser Jr. in the Mario Galaxy
Mhm.
movie, and I don't fucking know why. I don't get it.
Oh my god, he was in Happy Gilmore too. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That latest silly movie I know him from.
He's a good director, but I don't know why. He's taken like every acting role of
Bro,
all time.
he just keeps like his mailbox open. He's like, "Oh, you want me to act?" Signs his name.
Yeah, it's bizarre, but it's cool to see him in things.
Yeah.
All right, I'm marking down the Odyssey, man. I'm
Yeah,
so
we'll definitely
happy.
watch that in theaters together. That'll be a great movie to watch.
Yeah, that'll probably be our first one that we do for movie theaters.
Yeah, unless there's something exciting
Yeah.
beforehand, but I don't know. I don't think there is.
Ugh.
You're nasty as fuck.
That was disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Okay.
I'm good. If
Yeah.
Tommy wants to give his rec.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
let's do it.
It's
All right.
time. This is our second round of Rex. Here we go.
All right, hold. Okay, what's it?
This
Hold up,
one-
hold up, hold up.
All right, I got
Drum roll,
this.
please.
Drum roll, Baron. Yes.
Fuck you again.
Okay.
There's no drum
Okay.
roll.
Now I have a funny story with this rec because literally Dutch was talking about this film yesterday,
Oh,
Huh?
shit.
and I knew that this was going to be the rec for about 2 or 3 weeks now.
Docker.
Bang, yes. Got to get on Dutch's really good side. Avoid the Rex. Avoid the spite Rex.
Oh my god.
All right. This is a 2010 film. It is Shutter Island.
Okay.
Oh,
Directed by
fuck
Martin
yeah.
Martin Scorsese. I think that's. I'm horrible with that.
Dude, you
Not
can't
good.
pronounce Martin Scorsese. Leave the fucking podcast, dude.
Hey, how about this? I'm gonna stroke it to your downfall.
Literally one of the most well-made, like well-known,
I just
legendary
can't
master
pronounce his
directors
name.
of all
I've
time.
heard it. I've said his name
I'm
probably
eating your
500
ass.
times.
This
Right
is a
on the
great
t-
rec, though.
Yeah, this is in my top
I-
10. Just for a FYI, I really like
Sick.
this film. So, Shutter Island, 2010. It's starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It's got a good cast. I need to figure
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I have to reiterate this. Number one, I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Number two, I'm so excited because Max von Sydow is in this. He is the regular of my second favorite director, Ingmar Bergman, which you're going to get one of his recs very soon, and probably a film with Max von Sydow. But seeing him as this old guy is going to be sick. Like, he's one of my favorite actors, so I'm hyped.
Yeah, he literally showed me like his phone, and he showed me Shutter Island. He's like, I saw this in your top 10. I wanted to react to it, and I just had to like sit there and be like, well, hope he doesn't watch it before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sick.
that will be episode 4.
I've seen that. I saw that so long ago. I'm so hyped to rewatch it
Mhm.
now.
God,
I'm
it's so-
hyped too.
It's so fucking good.
The cast is so exciting for me. Leonardo DiCaprio, Max von Sydow. Ooh. All right, good rec.
There we go. All right, episode 3 in the bag. Pretty
Sick.
good.
Good work, guys.
Oh man,
Oh,
we hope you keep enjoying and watching, and feel free to leave your comment on things we should change, or maybe even a movie rec or something.
Yep. Thanks for watching. We love you.
Yes, we love you. Thank you for enjoying watching us.
And remember that only my opinion is the correct one, and you should only listen to my movie.
This guy hasn't grieved ever, so just FYI. He's never
Let's
been
get it
sad. He's a cartoon character. He's a sunshine lollipops.
That's true.
Getting
Yeah.
paid gets a long way for you, Dutch. I'm sure you'll.
All right.
Sorry.
Well,
Yep.
see you later.
Yep, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope you have an amazing start to your work week.
Bye.